big victory over the team from up north, Wheeling Park. Spectacular night for Chris Ura as well. 340 plus yards, 6 touchdowns. That's the task at hand tonight for North Marion. See if they can stop number 22. This place is packed. 6,000 plus in attendance. There's no room to move. No room to breathe. We get set for the kickoff. Jack John's asking for fans to stand back. Huskies will kick off to start the game. See the Morgantown sideline. Mike Glenn will kick off for North Marion. Back deep for Morgantown. Chris Ura and Thomas Porchet. Look at the fire of the eyes of these Mohegans. Biggest game of their life. Here we go. Ball is in the air. And it's taken on one bounce. Looks like Ura. Good return. Stopped by Ben Collins on the play. The Mohegans start 1st and 10. From the 25, Y formation, Belmere in motion. They give to Ura, and he runs nowhere. Hit by a host of Huskies. Led by number 68, Mike Glover. Ura might have lost a yard on that play. Second and 11. A little excitement on the sidelines. Glenn Wurzbacher steps to the line of scrimmage at quarterback. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 25. This time it's Brady Russell, and he loses 2 yards maybe. Maybe 1. Let's hope it's only 1. So far, this Husky defense coming out firing. Wurzbacher gets the play from the sideline. Loss of 1. So it'll be 3rd down and 11. Chad Summers into the game, the Mohegans' leading receiver. Look for Flynn to go to the air. 3rd and 11 from the 24. Same formation. Summers wide to the left. It's Belmere right tight. Play action fake. Summers. He's down the sideline, and he makes the catch to the 40, the 35, the 30. Inside the 30-yard line to the 28-yard line. Oh, my. Let's see where they marked the football. Looked like it was at the 28-yard line. What a play by Flynn Wurzbacher to come back after an 0-6 performance last week. Ball's at the 29-yard line. That pass play went for 37 yards. This time it's Russell. Big hole up the middle. Inside the 20-yard line down to the 18. First and 10 Mohegans. Getting back to Wurzbacher's pass to Chad Summers. Mark it at the 17-12 yard gain for Brady and a 1st down. Second in a row. Here's Chris Yella off the right side, stopping, dancing, weaving, and hit hard. Wow, did he take a shot? Fought for every inch there. You would imagine North Marion doesn't have to see too many tapes to know that number 22 is the man that they have to stop. 5-yard gain for Yura. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 13. There's Brady Russell up the middle, nowhere. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll take a generous spot. The Marion linebackers came in tight. So it'll be 3rd down now. Russell lost a yard. Well, just shy of the 14, inside the 14-yard line. 3rd and 6. Lawrence Bacher rolling to his left, firing into the end zone. Touchdown, Chad Summers. 14-yard pass, and the Mohegans jump out to a 6-0 lead. Right off the bat. 2 big plays, both on 3rd down. Wurzbacher to Summers, the 1-2 punch in the air. Wurzbacher to attempt the point after, down, up, and through. Morgantown has jumped out to a 7-0 lead. You're watching Morgantown Mohegan Monday Night Football on WV3. See Coach Clem McNew. Let's recap that drive for you real quick. It's the ground game for the Mohegans, which has been just their money all season long. Comes up short. Last week against Wheeling Park, the passing game fell short. And it appears this is what they're going to have to do tonight against the Huskies if they want to win. Big 3rd down play. It was 3rd and 11 on the 3rd play from scrimmage. And Wurzbacher hit Summers for a 37-yard pass down to the Marion 29-yard line. Brady Russell, big 12-yard run. 3 plays later, Wurzbacher again to Summers, 14-yard touchdown pass, and the Mohegans have jumped out to a 7-0 lead. There's Flynn Wurzbacher to kick off. Kick on the ground, taken inside the 20, still not picked up at about the 16-yard line. That's Todd Anderson. Campbell makes the stop. Ball is at the 23-yard line for North Marion. I formation. Ryan Dumont, the deep back. Quarterback is Ben Collins, and they give to Dumont. Off right tackle. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. The big Mohegan defense stuffs it. Yard gain on the play. Half a yard, maybe. We'll give him 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. And man in motion. This time it's Chris Freeman, number 41. Good run. Going to be shy of a 1st down, though. Campbell made the stop, as you see him. No, he does have the 1st down. Just enough. 10-yard gain to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Marion at the 34. 2 deep, 1 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Here's the pitch. And Dave Mullet made the first hit to slow Ryan Mott as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain for Ryan DeMont. It'll be 2nd and 10. That's got to be going through his mind right now. Obviously defense. 2nd and 10. On the option. Nowhere. Penalty flag coming in late though. Freeman. Again, the ball carrier. There's a loss on the play, but there is a penalty flag. Let's see what the White Hats call. Apparently it's going to be holding against North Marion. Still waiting for the call. Jim Thomas appeared to be the first guy in. It is going to be against North Marion, and the Mohegans take the penalty. That puts the football. Is that all the way back to the 7-yard line? There's a loss of 5 from the spot of the penalty. So it's 2nd and quite a lot. Ball up to 17. We got to get up to the 44. Comes on the keeper, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Mullet made the stop. No gain. 3rd down. So it'll be 3rd down and 27. Like I said, they got to get it to the 44. Wide to the right. McCardle on coverage. Behind Collins, 1 man in motion. Collins rolling, under pressure, fires downfield, and it's intercepted. Jared McCardle with a big pick, and he returns it to the 28-yard line. This team came to play. No doubt about it. Number 21, Jared McCardle, the junior, the big pick on 3rd down inside North Marion territory. It looks like there's a penalty flag on the play. And the defense is going to have to come back out on the field. Wait to see what the call is. Personal foul, roughing the passer, called against the Mohegans. That gives the ball right back to North Marion. Unbelievable. Automatic 1st down as the ball was at the North Marion 32. What a blow. That's tough. So 1st and 10 North Marion at their own 32-yard line, I formation. And delayed handoff to DeMont. Up the middle, gets a couple. Marstiller makes the tackle. And Jeff Coombs with the assist. 3-yard gain to the 35. Second and 7. 2 behind. Collins pass, and it's caught. for a first down. That's Todd Anderson with the catch. Close to midfield. 47-yard line, a gain of 12. And that's the first completed pass by the Huskies tonight. First and 10 from the 48. Here's Dumont up the middle, crosses midfield, inside the 50 to the 45-yard line. Gain of 8. Second and 2. Second and a long 2 now. High formation. Hibbs the fullback, Dumont the setback. They give to Hibbs up the middle. He has the first down or more across the 35. Down to about the 30-yard line. 13-yard carry for Hibbs. His first carry of the night. Look at this crowd. Unbelievable. First and 10 from the 32. Again, high formation. This time Watts. He trips as he comes to the line of scrimmage. 3 red jerseys collide on him. Coombs, Marstiller, and Dave Mollett. No gain on the play. Second and 10. It's a generous spot. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. Tight to the right, 2 set, 1 wide right. Collins the throw. Has a man open. Knocked out of the air at the last second by Chad Summers. Looks like he got a fingertip on it. So it'll be third down and 10. Todd Anderson, one of the finest receivers in the state. Streaking down the sideline. Third and 10 now for North Marion. Same formation. Delayed handoff. Collins rolling to his right. Under pressure. Fires one downfield. Incomplete. Intended for number 89, Jared Miller. The tight end. And it brings up fourth down. This is definite 4-down territory. Unless they think Mike Glenn can split the uprights. No, they're going to punt. Huskies are going to kick it away, try to push the Mohegans deep. Nice kick. A little too deep. No, out of bounds. Out of bounds at the 5. Fantastic kick. So Morgantown has 95 yards in front of them. Well, how big was that roughing the passer call? As McCardle had the interception, but it was nullified. North Marion drove, but they did not score. So first and 10 Mohegans. Fumbles the football. North Marion appears that they have it, and they do. Deep in your own territory. See where they mark the football. Looks like Yura hit his knee there. Covered it to 9. First and goal from the 9. And there's official timeout. Equipment problem. Collins over center. 2 behind him. Fumbled. No, lost his helmet. Somebody lost the helmet. I thought it was a fumbled football. As Freeman carried the football. Maybe got a yard. The 8. Second and goal.
Second and goal from the 8-yard line.
Get a man in motion. It's Collins, tripped up hard in the backfield and brought down. Didn't get to see who made the tackle though. Looks like Marsteller made the second hit, but who made that first hit? Was it Mullet? Lost a yard, back to the 9. Third and goal from the 9. This is a big play right here. Collins fakes, rolling to his left. The pressure, reverse, throws one away. If he had an open receiver there, it was caught, but it was caught out of bounds. Third down. Check that, fourth down. And now Mike Glenn will come on to attempt a field goal. It's a 26-yarder. Straight on kicker. And it's good. 26-yard field goal, and that cuts the Morgantown lead to 4. Mohegan's lead at 7-3. Morgantown Mohegan Monday Night Football on WV3. To cap that drive for you, Morgantown defense started on the first possession. McCardo had an interception, but it was called back on a roughing the passer. North Marion drove, but they didn't drive far enough, all the way down to the 32. They punted to the 5. First to Mohegan's deep. And on the first play from scrimmage, Chris Yora fumbled, was recovered by North Marion at the 9-yard line, but they go 3 plays and go nowhere. They gained a yard, lost a yard, and threw an incomplete pass. They have to settle for a 26-yard field goal to cut the lead to 7-3. And Glover to kick. Deep kick. Taken by Porche at the 15 to the 20. Big hole up the middle, across the 25, across the 50 to the 45 to the 40. Inside the 30-yard line at the 29-yard line. Great things to come. Thomas Porche, the sophomore. Remember, Porche had that game-opening touchdown return against Elkins earlier this year. Unbelievable. Where is this North Marion team we heard and feared so much about? I formation behind Wurzbacher. Miller wide to the left. It's Belmere in motion. They give it 22. Around right end, can he turn the corner? Yes, he can, but he stops, reverses his field, loses 2 yards. as he had a couple of yards ahead, but trying to get more. Inside the 25 to the 24-yard line, the 5-yard line. 5-yard gain, I should say. So it appears Chris Freeman is going to be picked on. Who knows? On the 24, Wurzbacher looking, has Marstiller inside the 5, touchdown. 24-yard touchdown pass. Flynn Wurzbacher to Ben Marstiller. Wurzbacher's second touchdown pass of the night. A 24-yarder to Marstiller, and Morgantown extends its lead now. They lead it 13-3. Wurzbacher on to attempt the point after. And, ooh, shanked it. No good. Still a little bit of time left here in the first quarter. Morgantown leads it 13-3. You're watching Morgantown Mohegan Monday Night Football on WV3. So we have that drive for you real quickly. Began Thomas Porcher returning the kickoff on the way to the North Marion 29-yard line. Chris Ure ran for 5 yards. And then Wurzbacher rolling to his left, found Marstiller open in the open field. Then took it the rest of the way, a 24-yard touchdown pass. And the Mohegans lead it 13-3. North Marion, I'm sure, has yet to experience anything like this year, where they've just come out and blown teams off the football, much the same way the Mohegans have. Flynn will kick it from the 40. Taken at about the 19-yard line. Big hole off the left side, inside the 45. Now reversing field. Still going across the 50 to the 45, the 40. 35, 30, fumbled it out of bounds. That's Chris Freeman. So Chris Freeman equals the feat that of Thomas Porcher as he gets inside the 40-yard line. Let's see where they mark the football. At the 29. Same return to Porcher had. First and 10. The 29. Knocked down. Collins pass as Marstiller put a hand up and put it back in his face. Another incomplete pass. 4th in a row now by North Marion. Second attempt from the 29. Anderson wide to the left, I formation. Bart Hibbs the fullback. Chris DeMont the tailback. They fake, Collins keeps it, ball pops loose, but Anderson still loose. Picked up. Collins inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. What the heck happened there? Give Collins credit for a 14-yard run. As Anderson had jumped on it but didn't make it. That's the end of the quarter, though. 12 minutes gone. Morgantown leads it, 13-3. Morgantown Mohegan Monday Night Football on WV3. Well, due to technical difficulties, folks, and we'll get the kickoff here as Poche fumbles, but it's right into the hands of Ura. And he's knocked hard. As the North Marion fans are loving it. Sure says, I got up. What's your problem? Ura has it to the 22-yard line. Technical difficulties prevented us from seeing that last North Marion touchdown as Ryan Dumont ran 7 yards. It is now 20-10, or 13-10 Morgantown. Brady Russell up the middle. Gets maybe 3 yards, back to the 25. We're getting back to technical difficulties. North Marion has scored. Ryan Dumont, a 7-yard run for the Huskies. It's now 13-10 Morgantown. Ball at the 25-yard line. Second and 7. I form 2 to the right. Chris Ura across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Good for Mohegan first down. You see Coach Gamble back in the table with Jeff Coons. Ball's closer to the 32 than it is the 31, so we'll give Ura 9 yards on that carry. Excuse me, the 37. What am I thinking? There's Flynn on the keeper. Puts his shoulder down. He gets an extra yard. Gets it to about the 41. A Fred carry for Flynn. Second and 6. Gain of 5. Put it at the 42, not the 41. All kinds of stat problems. Ura up the middle, tripped and fumbles his way across midfield. See when they mark the football at about the 42-yard line. Or the 47. Ball spotted at the 47. 11-yard carry for Ura, and another first down. Russell Malone set back, Ura to the right of him. And we'll have offside against North Marion. Unless he was drawn off, offsides against North Marion.
Encroachment called against North Marion.
And puts it at the 42-yard line. First and 5 now for Morgantown at the 42-yard. Same set. Belmere and Summers to the right. And Brady Russell. Inside to the 40, down to about the 39-yard line, a gain of 3. 3-yard carry to be second and 2. High formation this time to the left of Flynn Crocker. Here's Chris Ura. Has the room around left side, inside the 30 to the 25, the 20. Finally brought down at about the 17-yard line. If North Marion can't stop Chris Ura, I don't think there's a team in the state that can. 19-yard run. 21-yard line, excuse me, by Yara. Forced to throw into the end zone, touchdown! Jet. Ronnie Rodimer. His first touchdown catch of the year. 17-yard pass, and Wurzbacher has rebounded from last week's poor performance. Third touchdown pass of the night, third here in the first half, and the Mohegans have extended their lead. Unbelievable. They now lead it 19-10. Carter to hold, and Flynn to attempt the point after. Down, up, and this one's good. A lot of time left here in the first half, but it is all Mohegans. They lead it 20-10. It's Morgantown Mohegan Monday Night Football on WV3. Before we recap that last drive, I'd like to thank our friends at Video Quest Productions who put together this game every week in association with WV3. Let's recap that drive real quick for you. Mohegan started at their own 22-yard line. Russell went 3 yards, Euro went 14, Flynn Wurzbacher went 5, Chris Yoder then went 11 yards on a carry. Offsides put the ball inside North Marion territory at the 42. 3-yard run by Brady Russell, 21-yard run, 22-yard run by Chris Yoder, and then the 17-yard pass from Flynn Wurzbacher to Ronnie Rodimer. And the sophomore makes his first touchdown catch of the year. Flynn Wurzbacher gets set to kick off. It's now 20-10, Morgantown. And it's taken it to 22. And 30 and 35, finally pushed out of bounds. That's Ryan DeMont. See, they mark the football. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. So first and 10, North Marion. From their own 34. High formation. Collins to pass. Running, hit and dropped. Lost a couple. Dave Mullet. What a year Dave Mullet's having defensively. I mean, fantastic. High formation behind Collins. DeMont Hibbs. Give to DeMont up the middle. Gets back to the initial line of scrimmage. Mullet with another tackle. Third and 10. Third and 10 now, high formation. On the left, Collins drop back, under big pressure, throws it, screen pass, but nowhere. A loss of 2 yards. Brady Russell made the big stop on Bart Hibbs. It was a loss of 2. 4th and 12. And North Marion 3 and out to the Brady banner. And now North Marion will punt. And Collins to kick it. Almost blocked. Collins gets a good kick away, but wow. Takes a North Marion bounce inside the 10. And still rolling. Finally down at about the 7. What a kick. Don't forget, folks, Morgantown on the road next week, or this coming Friday. Lewis County. Well, it seems like forever since we've been on the road. It has been. It's been at least a month since Mohegan hit away in Pony Lewis Field. You can't make it to Lewis County. You've got it here every Monday night on WD3, courtesy of Video Quest Productions. High formation behind Fernwertzbacher. And they give to Ura. Across the 10-yard line to about the 12. It'll be 2nd and 5. Second and 5 from the 12. Again, I formation, 2 wide to the right of Fernwertzbacher. And it's Ura. Close to a first down. Let's see what the spot is. Well, if you heard Jack Johns, Chris Ura has just crossed the 1,000-yard mark this season. It'll be 3rd and 1. And here's Flynn on the keeper. Inside, past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Gain of 10 for Flynn. And a first down for the Mohegans. Chris Ura has crossed the 1,000-yard mark. This is the 6th game of the year. Unbelievable. And he's only a junior. Only a junior. First and 10 Mohegans from their own 26-yard line. Russell Ura. Bottom or wide to the right. Flynn looking this way. Fires it. It's tipped and batted down. Looking for Marstiller though, but didn't happen. Bring up a 2nd and 10 situation. Chaz Miller into the game. Marstiller will be tight to the right. Belmere behind him. I formation. Brady Russell, the fullback, and for sure the tailback. Pitch right. Number 22, nowhere. Stand-up play by Bart Hibbs. He knocked Ura backwards, and that brings Chris back behind the 1,000-yard mark. I'm not too sure on that, but I would imagine Chris would get a tackle. A lot of time left in this game. Loss of 2. 3rd and 12 from the 24. Flynn looking deep, down the right side. Oh! Had Ura just overshot him though. Oh man, if he connects with him, there's 6 right there. They're not going to catch Chris Ura. So 4-12, and Kramer will come on. Philip Kramer comes on the kick. duck. Ugly kick. The first shot of nerves we've seen went through this Mohegan team. It's off the right foot of Philip Kramer. That ball only goes to the 32-yard line. 8-yard punt. Yikes. First and 10, North Marion. What a break for the Huskies. They need to capitalize it if they really want to stay in this game. Collins in the shotgun. And he'll run it. All kinds of room off the left side. Inside the 20. Left down at about the 19-yard line by Chris Shura. 13-yard run. Wasting their time at the 19. Collins, deep shot. I mean, that's a deep shot now. Going to do the same play this time or no? Ankle tackled by Brady Russell. Like he got to about the 16-yard, so it'll be a 3-yard gain. And North Marion calls timeout. 20-10 your score. Mohegan's leading here on WV3. From Wurzbacher. The rest on the Mohegan sideline. Nathan Hagedorn, number 52, also talking with him. Not much time left here in the first half. Collins this time looking to throw, does. Ooh, in and out of the hands. Todd Anderson. He was wide open. It'll be third down and set. Collins throwing and has Anderson inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Good for a first down. Continuing to roll. Collins. 4-receiver set. Looking, running, stopping, tripping, falling, and losing yardage. And he calls timeout as Mullet scared him enough to knock him on his back. It's a loss of 4 back to the 12. It'll be second and goal from the 12. Timeout by North Marion. There we go, after a brief pause. Three to the right, one to the left. And he's still waiting to start the clock. Second to goal from the 12. Now they start the clock. Collins looking under pressure, gets away from Thomas, throws into the end zone, all alone touchdown. Unbelievable. Lined and watch as Collins was sacked. Jim Thomas had him. that's big for North Marion as they have cut the Morgantown lead now to 4, possibly 3 with this point after. And North Marion needs to call timeout. And we'll take a brief pause. Now they're going to go for 2. Looking to throw. Does. Caught. Caught Anderson. 2-point conversion is good. And it's 20-17. About 30 seconds to go here in the half. North Marion gets the kick to start the second half. Shea and Yura back deep. There we go. And finally about 8 red jerseys collapse on it. In precaution. Morgantown starts 1st and 10. We're at 33-yard line with about 30 seconds to go here in the half. And Wurzbach is going to try one. As Summers, no, intercepted, incomplete. Looking for Rodimer, excuse me. That's going to do it. One more play. It stops the clock. 2nd and 10.
Didn't hear you, John.
They bring up on the play number 16, Todd Henderson.
Second and 10 now from the 33. And Flynn wants a timeout.
Timeout for Morgantown.
Okay, I'm going to turn off.
Zera up the middle. Fights his way to the 40-yard line. 7-yard run.
Timeout for Morgantown.
3rd down and 3.
How much time is on?
Don't forget you can catch Morgantown Mohegan Monday Night Football every Monday night on WB3, courtesy of Video Quest Productions. Kickoff every Monday is at 7 o'clock. Solid 2 warm-up. Monday Night Football, of course. Next Monday we will have Morgantown on the road against Lewis County. Blocker brings Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 3 from the 40. It's the I formation. And here's Jura. Fumbled the football. Looks like North Marion jumped on it. Yes. Recovered at the 40-yard line. See who has it. Your second fumble of the night. And that's Scott Moore with the recovery. And now, North Marion has a chance to take the lead before halftime. Two to the right, two to the left of Collins. Looking, firing in and out of the hands of two different players. Campbell, one of them. Poster for North Marion, the other. Second and 10 from the 40. Looking, throwing deep. Out of the reach of Todd Anderson. It's Chad Summers at coverage.
The downfield coverage, number 25, Chad Summers.
Now it's third and 10. Not much time left in the half. Deep, looking long. Out of the way. Marstiller. Nice play by Marstiller, but you really hate to see him that deep. Excellent play. It's fourth down and 10 as North Marion goes for the home run ball at 3 plays in a row and comes up short. Fourth down and 10. One final attempt by North Marion to take this lead before the half. Follow the pressure. Collins airs it out. Intercepted by Chris Yura at the 2, at the 1. And he gives back, takes away what you get the picture. That's the half, folks. Morgantown leads it 20-17. Third quarter coming up in a moment. But first, here by popular demand is your Morgantown Mohegan marching band. Enjoy.
And introducing our field commander, Mr.
get set for the kickoff of the third quarter. Due to time constraints, we are limited to the amount I can show, but we will get more in the future, no doubt. The sports blocker kicks off. And it's taken and returned to about the 37-yard line by North Marion. There's Mileto returns it. 20-17, Morgantown leading here in the third quarter. First and 10, North Marion from their own 38-yard line. Man in motion. And it's Vermont. Nowhere. Maybe the line of scrimmage. Maybe.
Yes.
Made a big tackle there. And of course, it's Mullet. Mullet's everywhere. I saw Ryan Adrian in there as well, number 71. It is homecoming here in Morgantown. 1-yard gain for Vermont. Second and 9. Number 38. No way. Bart Ebbs, another no-gainer. Brady Russell, the linebacker, making the stop. He gets a yard, maybe 2 yards. And they spot the football on the 40-yard line. 2-yard gain for Hibbs. It's now 3rd and 7. Again, I formation. Collins looking, intercepted. That's McCardle, unofficially his second of the night, as Anderson, I believe, was the intended receiver, wasn't even looking. McCardle returns it to the 37-yard line with the Mohegan start first and 10. This one counts. As he comes over to the sidelines. Big hug for Chauncey Fawley, number 89. The Mohegan start first and 10 at the North Marion 36-yard line. Here we go. It's Feldman to the right. Russell and Yarrow in the backfield. Andrew goes in motion. And the delayed handoff to Yarrow. Inside the and ankle tackled at about the 29-yard line. Chris gets the crowd into it. 7-yard carry for Yarrow. 2nd and 3. Credit Euro with 8, not 7. They mark it at the 28-yard line. 2nd and 2. Again, this time it's the I formation. It's like Rodimer wide to the left. Bashira inside the 25, down to about the 23-yard line. He has the first down. Yura has yet to score a touchdown tonight. Kind of a rare feat. Brady Russell, the ball carrier, inside the 20, down to about the 15-yard line. An 8-yard carry for number 43. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2. Time Chaz Miller wide to the left. Belmere in the wingback position goes in motion. I formation. And Jura hit hard and dropped it about the line of scrimmage. It looks like Ben Collins made the hit. And number 60, Jason Conaway. So Euro needed 2. for the first down. It'll be third down. He did get one. It'll be third and one. A little less than a yard, about a yard and a half he had. And Brady Russell pounds his way inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. And that's a first down. 5-yard carry for Brady. Well, they keep alternating here. Euro, Russell, Euro, Russell. Chris Euro ought to be getting the call here. What do you think? 9 yards from the end zone. Am I that psychic? Could I be that psychic? Here's Euro around right end. Into the end zone. Touchdown. His first of the night. Who knows how many upon the year. 9-yard touchdown run, and things extend 27-10, or 27-17, excuse me.
Number 11, Westbomber, stepping to conversion. Jefferson Tuttle, holding. Jackson Smith, the snapper.
And that kick is good. 27-17. Mohegans capitalize on a Ben Collins interception. They lead it by 10. It's Morgantown Mohegan Monday Night Football on homecoming weekend here on WV3. Let's recap that drive for you real quick. As it began, Jared McCardle intercepted Ben Collins' pass, returned it to the North Marion 36-yard line. Chris Euro, 2 plays in a row for 13 yards. Brady Russell, an 8-yard run. Euro, a 1-yard carry. Russell, a 5-yard carry. And capped off by Chris Euro's 9-yard touchdown run. Only his first of the night, but a big one nonetheless, as the Mohegans lead it 27-17 in the third quarter. This house is just full. I mean, there is just not too many places to see this game. 6,000 plus capacity. They could have played it at Mountaineer Field. Archbacher kicking off. Takes it to the 35. To the 40. Jared Miletto returning it to about the 44-45 line as Flynn himself had to make the tackle and spotted at the 45 line. (27-17) your score. Morgantown leads it. Sitting on the hills. First and 10, North Marion from the 45. This one, it's Chris Freeman. Freeman maybe gets a yard, but who else to make the tackle? Dave Mullett. I mean, he's everywhere. He is just everywhere. Freeman gets a little less than a yard. We'll give him one, though. Second and 9 from the 46. Collins delayed handoff, and Ryan Dumont, ball carrier, doesn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage, though he loses a yard. The third down and 10. But what a job this Morgantown defense has done tonight. Cheer up, will you? Third and 10 from the 45. Collins rolling to his left, fires downfield, tipped and in and out of the hands. I don't know who that was intended for. Incomplete, it's 4th and 10. There's a flag though. And it appears it's going to be against North Marion, illegal man downfield against Geese. Declined by the Mohegans, 4th and 10. And North Marion should be kicking. I imagine Spurs and Yura are deep. Almost blocked again. Unbounce, and they're going to let it roll. Now it's rolling this way. Spotted it, looks like the 12-yard line. Credit that Mohegan defense forcing North Marion not only to go 3 and out, but to really no yardage. The 1st and 10 Mohegans from their own 12-yard line as Wurzbacher has the eye behind him. Here comes Yura, racing through the middle. It's about 7 on the carry. Just shy of the 20. 2nd and 3.
John, are you there?
So it'll be 2nd and a long 2. Here's Yura skipping his way outside. He has the 1st down, close to the 30-yard line.
Yura run out of bounds by number 60, Jason Holloway.
So if they mark it at the 10-yard carry, there is a penalty flag, though. And see if we can find the white hat. And I think it's going to be against North Marion. Dave Mullet there. Late hit, maybe? Any men on the field? What's going on, gentlemen? Personal foul against Morgantown. Maybe a sideline call, who knows? From the spot of the foul, it should push it in. Unless it's half the distance to the goal, I'm not sure. They're moving the football back all the way back to the 14-yard line, 15-yard line. So from the spot of the foul, puts the ball back at the 16-yard line for the First and 10 the 16-yard line. Two wing back set. They give to up the middle. He gets to the 20. Maybe the 21. 5-yard carry for Brady. 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5 on the carry. Second and 5 at the 21.
2nd and 5 now from the 21-yard line. Wurzbacher fumbles the snap, picks it up, and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Fumble on the play.
Lucky break.
Recovered by Wurzbacher, number 11, who carried the ball.
It'll be 3rd down and 5 now for the Mohegans. Third and 5 now for Morgantown. Big 3rd and 5 here. They eat the clock up. Northbacher rolling, looking, throwing, overthrown. Intended for the tight end Marstiller. They'll bring up 4th and 5, and the Mohegans will be forced to punt the football. Philip Kramer on the kick. Oh snap, Kramer maintains. It's a decent kickoff. Better than his last one, to say the least. That one only went about 8 yards. And it'll be down at about the 39-yard line. Good coverage, good play by the Mohegans, as North Marion will start 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. While we have this moment, don't forget, folks, if you can't make it to Lewis County next Friday, we will have the game for you Monday nights. Following week, it'll be senior night, October 24th, at home against John Marshall, as John Marshall handed University a pretty tough loss this past weekend. And then Halloween night, it's University in Morgantown, and the Mohegans are the away team that night here at Pony Lewis Field. And Morgantown finishes on the road at Preston County. 1st and 10, Collins in the shotgun rolling around. Gets a good block. Gets across the 45 and will be spotted at the 47-yard line. 8-yard carry by the quarterback, Ben Collins.
Pushed out of bounds by number 45, Johnny Campbell.
Campbell forced it. Second and 2. Number 47, Collins looking, throwing, complete. 1st down. As Campbell made a good hit. Complete to Anderson. Ball at the 46. As that play goes for 7 yards on a 1st down. Collins again from the shotgun, looking, firing, tipped and intercepted. Chad Summers with the pick. Another turnover by North Marion. The interception of the night would have been the 4th if not for a lucky flag. But Summers gets the INT and the Mohegans are back on offense. Summers returned it to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10. Russell faking, play action, Walker rolling. He's going to run it. Across the 35, across the 40, still rumbling, down to about the 43-yard line. That should be good enough for a Mohegan 1st down. And this is something North Marion really could not scout. It's the running ability of Flynn Werthbacher, because he hasn't done it all year. And we know it here in Morgantown, he can do it. But unless you're sending scouts to the game, or Flynn can scramble. 11-yard carry, 1st and 10. Delmere in motion. Here's Shira. Still fights his way across the 45. That's where they spot the football.
Stopping by Jason Holloway.
Ball is at the 47-yard line. Gain of 4 for Yara. 2nd and 6. I formation, 2 wide to the left. Marstiller, though, tight to the right. Yura gets the call inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. A 3-yard carry. And that makes it 3rd down and 3. A long 2 now. Is that the 49-yard line? Excuse me. And Yura, then it's a line of scrimmage, not going to get it. Maybe got one. But credit that Husky defense. They knew who it was going to, no doubt. And I think we're going to have a measurement anyhow. Chris thinks he got it. I don't think he did, though. I'd love to say he did. It is close. Well, they gave him a generous spot, but no, he is short. Fourth and a little less than the length of a football, as you can see. Fans want the Mohegans to go. What's Coach McNew to do? You're up by 10. It's the 3rd quarter. I think Morgantown's going for it. When you've got a running back like Chris Yura, a line like the Mohegans have, a fullback like Brady Russell, why not? This is the best team in the state. This is the other best team in the state. 4th and 6 inches. Here we go. Yura. Did he get it? He has it. He has to have it. 1st down, Morgantown. Even the coaches are calling for crowd reaction. The ball is at the 47. Chris Yura, 4 straight plays, 2 4-yard carries, 2 1 carries. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, and what a way to end it. Mohegans keeping the drive alive. They lead it 27-17. Morgantown Mohegan Monday Night Football on WV3. Start of the 4th quarter here in Morgantown. 12 minutes to go, and what a game it's been. 27-17. Morgantown lays it. The 2 best teams in the state. Morgantown has 1st and 10 to North Marion 47. Here's Chris Yura. Fights his way to about the 46-yard line. Well, no, 41-yard line, excuse me. 6-yard carry. His 5th carry in a row. Second and 4. Ortsbacher going to throw it. Fires downfield, intercepted. Unbelievable. Looking to go to Chaz Miller. Instead, it's picked off at the 28-yard line by the other quarterback, Ben Collins. Mohegans had all the momentum in the world there. Snapped in and out in the hands of Ben Collins. And it's down at the 26-yard line. So, Morgantown defense, knock on wood, has been playing stellar all night long. I mean, impressive. I really mean it. This team is just a big play after big play, and he will reach down and find a couple of more. And they do. Is that Chris Freeman, 41? And Freeman maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. He does. 0 gain on the play for Freeman. Second and 10. Pass thrown and caught. Collins to Anderson. And that play went to about the 38-yard line. 12-yard play. First and 10, North Marion. There's a flag, though. Oh, my. And it looks like it's going to be against Morgantown. Great to see the call from the white hat. No, it's an ineligible man downfield again on North Marion. So that will push them back. First down is nullified. And that puts the football second and 15 at the 21. I formation. Collins on the fake handoff, rolling out, under big pressure. Gets a good block, but not enough. Not enough. Brady Russell brings them down at about the 15-yard line. Loss of 6. It'll be third and 21 now. Loss of 8. Excuse me. Third and 23. Ball is at the 14-yard line. Collins lofting one downfield. It's caught. No, was it dropped? It was dropped. It was caught and dropped. As Ryan had it. He had it. But could not hold on. Fourth down, and again the Huskies are forced to punt. And Collins, instead of throwing it, drops back to kick. And another good kick. Inside the 50 to the 45, 44, 43. Should be down at about the 42-yard line. Here in the fourth quarter, Mohegans lead it 27-17. And the offense comes back onto the field. They start first and 10 from their own 42. Chaz Miller wide to the right. Two behind Wurzbacher, Bell near the left wing back. They give to Euro. Dancing this way, just maybe a couple, maybe one. Gets 1 yard to the 43-yard line. Second and 9. Euro seems to be having equipment problems or something. Second and 9 now, Morgantown. From the 42. Two behind Wurzbacher. Flynn now, rolling to his left, under pressure, and he can't get it away. Can't drunk in any blocking. Jason Conaway gets credit for the sack. Big loss, though. Brings up third down for Morgantown. Loss of 5. 3rd and 15. Wurzbacher showed him pass in up. Gives to Ura. But he goes nowhere. The linebackers collapse. Ura maybe gets 5 on the carry. No, he gets a yard. That's it. Fourth and 13, and Philip Kramer comes on the punt. Kramer gets one, and it's taken. 45-50. DeMont finally brought down at the Morgantown 46-yard line. About midway through the 4th quarter now, and North Marion needs at least 2 scores to lead this game. It's Morgantown leading 27-17. First and 10, North Marion on the Mohegan 46 line. It's the I formation, 2 to the left, tight end to the right. And they give to the fullback, Hibbs, across the 45. And he gets 2 on the play. Second and 8. Again, 2 to the left. Collins to throw, has a man open, and it's tipped around as McCardle thought he had it, almost his 2nd interception of the night. McCardle and Summers combined on it. I called it, he said. Still a big play, though. Third and 8 now. Big 3rd and 8 for North Marion. Third and 8. Here we go. Collins rolling around. Gets a good block. Inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. They mark it to 37. It's a 7-yard gain, but it's going to be short. About a yard short. Literally half a yard short. So it's 4th and inches. This is definite 4-down territory. The defense calling for it? No. North Marion calls timeout. Here we go. 4th and 1. Dumont gets the call. He has the first down and more. So 1st and 10. 34 for North Marion. 3-yard gain for Dumont. This time it's Freeman. And he gets a yard. Maybe 2. 1.5. We'll give him 1. 2nd and 9. under pressure, looking deep, in and out of the hands of Jared McCardle. Oh, he had it. I thought McCardle had that too. Wow, that's big. He went up for it. Nonetheless, it is third down again for North Marion. Third and 9. Collins throwing, has it complete to Dumont. He's down to about the 27-yard line. Well short of a first down. And they mark it at the 26. Seven-yard gain. Not enough, though. They need 2 more. A few more. Fourth down, here we go again. I formation. And no, Jim Thomas. Jim Thomas makes the hit on 4th and 2. As Freeman went nowhere. Freeman went nowhere. On 4th and 2, and the Morgantown defense up big again. Thomas was the first man through. Mullet and Adrian combined, but it is 1st and 10 Morgantown, and they hold again from the 30. The give is to Russell up the middle, and Brady fights his way for a couple. Second and 8 now for Morgantown. Delmere in motion. Orsbacher, the give, and Russell gets the ball, but where's the face mask call? Wow, wow. Little evidence, no call. No call. Brady still gets to the 37. Third down and 3. Where was that face mask call, folks? Wow. Horsbacher fumbles the snap, picks it up, and can he fight his way? He's going to be well short, though. One still gets about 1, but it's going to be way short. So, 4th down and 2, and Philip Kramer got a punt. When that face mask penalty is called, it's an automatic first down. And Kramer, some serious hang time, but not too much distance. And now it's down to the 36. North Marion's got to put it on the board if they want to win this one. Morgantown leads at 27-17. Coach Bud McNew, in one of the biggest games of his career, as Mohegan's leading it by 10. Time running down here in the fourth quarter. On homecoming of all nights. Collins out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolling around, steps up, and he's hit and brought down. Jim Thomas again and Brady Russell combined. And Collins maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout call. And the Huskies need that timeout. See the size of this crowd here in Morgantown tonight. Number 34. Collins, oh, it's complete to Anderson. He's still on his feet, gets to midfield, fights his way forward. What a play by Ryan Anderson. That should be good for a Husky first down. This drive started for North Marion. They're in 36 now, deep inside Morgantown. Not deep, at the 48, the 47. Collins pass out of 1, out of 2, and incomplete. Incomplete after that 19-yard play to Anderson. It's 2nd and 10 now. Collins to get out of the shotgun. A little bit of motion, but no flags. Collins rolling around, has all kinds of time. And it's complete to Freeman on the near side at the 40. Gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3. Collins going with the no-huddle offense. And the shotgun again, throwing, and this is time it's complete again. And who knows who has it? Whoever he is surrounded by Mohegans. That's Anderson. Anderson down to the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. And let's see if he goes to Anderson again on this play. He's been the man to call on all night receiving-wise. Looking that way, Collins under pressure. He's going to throw it. He has to scramble. Mullet tripped him up. And North Marion's got to call timeout. Collins maybe gets 1 down to the 27. Inside the Mohegan defensive huddle. North Marion calls timeout there. Second down from the 28-yard line. 2nd and 10. Collins throwing. Looking for Anderson, touchdown. How did he pull that one out? As McCardle and Summers had it. They had it. And Coach McNew can't believe it. Most of the fans here in Morgantown can't believe it. It's now 27-23, Morgantown with the lead. North Marion's got to go for 2. Collins looking, firing, Anderson again down. Two-point conversion makes it 27-25. Under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Mohegan's leading by 2. Don't you dare go anywhere. Obviously, North Marion will probably try side kick. Who knows? Needless to say, expect it coming. So here we go.
You guys gotta stay back. I'm waving stupid.
Collins will kick off. And they shift onside. There comes the onside kick. Into the hands. Is that Coombs? Is it Jeff Coombs? Yes, Jeff Coombs will preserve the Mohegan victory as he and Rodimer, Christian Monaliani celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the Morgantown Mohegans replacing 18 starters from last year's team will be the #1 team in the state, upsetting the North Marion Huskies. Was it an upset? You tell me. As Roachbacher takes a knee. That's it. #1 and undefeated. 6-0. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Quite the homecoming victory here in Morgantown. Try to talk to Coach Glenn McDew here in a moment. Get some reaction from the head coach. Who would have thought? First time in 8 years, Morgantown has beaten North Marion. listen in as Coach McNew talks to the #1 team in the state.
Most fantastic display of guts and football has been played at this field and held since 1983 when they won the state championship. And guess what? Damn history repeats itself all the time.
Morgantown wins it, needless to say, 27-25 your final score. They will undoubtedly be the #1 team in the state. For all of us here at Video Quest Productions, we'll see you next Monday night on the road at Lewis County. 27-25, our Mohegans. You've been watching Morgantown Mohegan Monday Night Football on V3.
Without you, there is no way. No morning sun, no brighter day. There's no way to make us start. Without you, without your heart, to make a place where hope can live. With all the love you have to give, for the promise to come true. There's no way without you, without you. Take my hand and carry me across, to stand beside me till I'm strong again. Without you, take my hand and carry me across, to stand beside me till I'm strong again. Without you, there is no way, no morning sun, no brighter day. There's no way to make us start. Without you, without your heart, to make a place where hope can live. With all the love you have to give, for the promise to come true. There's no way without you.
Police were looking for a missing 7-year-old girl with long curly blonde hair and blue eyes. So how did they find her? Protect your children with ID Care, a cleanless home fingerprinting kit that gives you a private record of the one human feature that can't be disguised. Available free at selected college football games. Brought to you by the American Football...
Okay, KUHT Houston, Bradshaw on. Show number of the persecuted. Tape 6314, recorded 11/20/85. Air to be announced. Producer Catterley, Director Rogers.
You're watching WV3, your public access channel. This program has been funded by a grant from Criterion Group, whose companies provide investment management services to mutual funds, individuals, and institutional investors.
One of the phenomena of the last few years is Rambo. I wonder how many of you have seen a Rambo movie. Do y'all know Rambo? One of the things that happened to me is I caught one late one night. That's the one where the sheriff, the dirty, rotten sheriff, throws him out of town. He's the war hero. Rambo is the war hero, and the sheriff throws him out of town, and he's a victim. He's an innocent victim. And they treat him, and then they take him back, and they strip him naked. They shame him at the police station. And it's the most powerful thing, watching him get revenge. He finally blows up the whole city. He simply annihilates the whole city. And I watched that thing with utter fascination. When it came on again, I watched it again and again. And what I want to tell you is that's that little kid. That's that little kid inside of us, getting revenge. That's that little kid that was humiliated and beaten in some cases, abandoned and abused in some cases. And it's what is the fascination to that violence? The fascination to and Rambo gets even. He's the victim of injustice. He's helpless. They interrogate him, they strip him, they shame him. To me, it's just one of the most powerful kind of reenactments. And why millions are attracted to that is because of the thesis of this series, the kind of abuse that people have been put through that is considered to be normal. A great deal of it is considered normal in this city. And I have been trying to tell you that what we're not about in this series is to talk about normal. There is no such thing as normal. What we're talking about, because if you're normal, you're the norm. Everybody's got to be compared to you. What we're talking about is functionality. A fully functioning, vitalized, spontaneous human being has all their powers able to them, power to know, the power to love, the power to feel, the power to be empathetic, the power to express, the power to imagine, the power to create. When all that works well, you are functional. When it doesn't work, you're dysfunctional. That's as simple as I can make it. When it works well, you're functional. When it doesn't work, you're dysfunctional. Now, what we've been establishing is we've looked at the healthy family, a healthy, functional family. We looked at a dysfunctional family. We looked at the compulsive family last week. And I told you that in compulsive families, whatever the compulsion is, could be alcoholism, could be drug abuse, could be fearaholic, an anxiety-ridden mama, who creates tension in this family system by worrying all the time. So everybody's wandering around being careful, not telling mama, because mama can't handle it. Mama's too fragile to handle it. Mama is addicted to her hypochondriasis. Mama is addicted to her illness. And that will dysfunction a system every bit as much as alcoholism. A rageaholic father, addicted to his rage. We're going to look at that tonight in the persecuted. the violent families. And there's plenty of violence that gets minimized. Fathers screaming and yelling at children. I've done it in my own family. I never understood it as violence. I guarantee you it's violent. When my own daughter said to me one night, "I'm scared of you," and when I used to teach in high school and loved it when those kids were scared of me, I could control them. That's violence. That's violence, and it's accepted violence in our culture. It's accepted as normal, and it's not normal. It's causing severe problems. Those statistics I gave you in the first program, the soul murder that's going on. Tonight we're going to talk about 34 million women, adult women, who were sexually molested in childhood. That's the number, the figure we've got in this society of women that were abused sexually in childhood. 34 million adult women. 10 million people are the victims of violence in their own families in the United States of America. Now, it's too long. We keep denying all this and refusing to look at what the source of it is, and the source of it is the family. The source of it is the family. It gets set up in families. The addictions, rageaholic, the addiction to power and to violence, those are addictions. Now, I told you that once you have that addict, whoever it is, workaholic, kids act out as much with workaholic fathers as they do with alcoholic fathers. It will disease the family every bit as much as alcoholism. It's a serious disorder that kills people. People work themselves to death. Eating disorders. We talked about all that last week. Kills people. The whole family system is violated by it. Everybody adapts to that stress like a healthy organism naturally does. You go into fight-flight response. Now, I gave you Sharon Wegsnyder's work last week, and that's somewhat oversimplified. The roles in the family system are really much more complicated than that. Remember, we talked about the controlling addict. Now, this is a family. This is an actual family. I've got their permission to put here. This is an actual family. The addict, the compulsive father, is addicted to alcohol and drugs, but he's also addicted to work. One of the things you're going to see in a lot of these sexually abusing parents is they're addicts. They're addicted to work. Most of them are highly addicted to work. Most of them are addicted to religion. They're addicted to religion, addicted to sex and power, addicted to rage. See, once you're set up for compulsivity, I told you all, I put the cork in the bottle 20 years ago. That's just the beginning of the problem. That is just the beginning of the problem. That's just stopping and behavior modifying one part of the problem. I was set up for addiction in my family through abandonment by my father, through certain forms of emotional abuse, through certain kinds of neglect, just as my own parents were. But that's not the point. So here's the family, here's the addict. Now here is the codependent. Remember we talked about the chief enabler or the codependent? But she or he is also an addict. We'll see that in the 7th program where we talk about the most common family illness. Will be the one that's addicted to a certain kind of person. Addicted to destructive relationships. Addicted to destructive relationships. And let's say in this case it's mama. She gets her needs met through the children, by being a mother, through work, through worry. She's addicted to worry. Worry, 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 worry. Remember? We said instead of beating the drum, she worries. Okay? That's the way she distracts herself from her denial of her husband's dysfunctionality. She's enraged at her husband. But to bring it up would be terribly unpleasant. To bring it up would risk losing the family structure. So mama goes on with her religion and righteousness, and everybody at church pats her on the back and tells her to keep a stiff upper lip, and that she's a martyr in her own time. She's a martyr, I guarantee you. That's one of her roles. Now that's a role. That's a role. That's not her reality. Remember we started talking about there's only one sorrow in the first program? The sorrow of not being a saint. That is, the sorrow of not being the person you were meant to be. The sorrow of living this life and going to your death and never knowing who you are. That is the greatest sorrow, of being out of touch with your own reality, your own feelings. so that you never know who you are. So person be in this role of super responsible, enabler, martyr all their life. Then look at what's open to the kids. This is the lost child. They really didn't want this child. That kid gets it early on. Or this may be the last child. And see, that child will, that's one role available to her. She may be an extension of her dad, carrying her dad's shame. She may be the problem addict. Remember I told you that the kid will act out to try to keep her family together or his family together. A kid will feel that this relationship is real bad, so this kid gets in big trouble. Why? Because when the child gets in big trouble, the parents go back together again. That was some of the early work that Murray Bowen did on schizophrenia, where he began to bring the parent in and then the parents in, and he'd find that the parent's marriage was better while the kid was sick. Or he'd find that the kid would get real bad off when the mother would come. But that the child then, by acting out and scapegoating the family, was serving a function of keeping the family together. Or that the child was carrying the family's rage and pain and acting it out for the family. That's what these roles are. See, remember, the family is a system. And like any system, it has its own needs. So if the family has all this rage and pain, but nobody's expressing it, then one of the kids will act it out and become the scapegoat and act it out. Now, what I want you to see is that you can act out a lot of roles. This is the lost child, the extension of dad, the problem addict, the overachiever, and the designated patient. A person can be all those roles simultaneously. In my own family system, I am my dad's dad. I was my dad's dad. At AA meetings, they'd call me a block off the old chip. My dad abandoned me as a child, literally abandoned me. I mean, he just wasn't there. And there have been generations of that in my family, I think, and it's still going on. How multi-generationally, when one person is abandoned, they will often act it out by abandoning their own children. My brother abandoned. So there's something about, but in my case, I was mom's surrogate because there was no man in the house. I moved up to be the emotional husband. I was my brother's father. These are the roles that I played. I was the scapegoat while I was a drinking alcoholic. I was the hero when I went to the seminary to be a priest. And then after that, by being successful, being on TV. So my role is to give the family a sense of dignity. But I still don't have any reality if I don't get onto that. What I found is I was doing all these wonderful things and feeling nothing. Just acting out my role. So one kid can be mom's surrogate spouse, overachiever, addict, confidant, enabler, perfect one. Be the perfect one. See, the system needs a good one. The system needs a moral one. The system needs a little parent. My brother didn't have a parent, so I could be his parent or a hero. Then mom's scapegoat, and one kid may be both mom and dad's scapegoat. That is, one kid will get beaten in the family more than any of the others. And this kid is set up as the scapegoat. This kid may be the reason they had to get married. And as the marriage gets worse and worse, they're both angrier and angrier. And so they take it out on this kid who was the one they were pregnant with. So this kid can be mom's scapegoat, dad's scapegoat, the lost one, the perfect one, the victim, the martyr, the enabler, the overachiever. Now, I want you to see that if you don't know about this kind of material, you can literally be acting out your life and never know who you are. And carrying that system without ever knowing that you're and that you're not in your own reality. Remember I talked about soul murder and shame and how people lose their own reality, and that's the crisis in the family today. Now let me show you one other thing, and this will really impact what we're doing tonight. I've talked about boundaries when I talked about the healthy family. That a healthy family has semi-permeable boundaries. You can let people in, you can let people out. The family itself is open. In sick families, the family is very closed. We'll talk about the incestuous family tonight. It's very closed. Very patriarchal and very closed. Nothing gets in and nothing gets out. Very little information comes in and very little information comes out. It's like there's a boundary around the whole family. See, who do you talk to? Who can you talk to? What are the rules of your family? How do you bring information into the family? Or in this family, we don't bring that kind of information in. We don't talk psychology in this family. So we're not going to have any psychological information. And the dad, the tyrant, may decide that we have no psychological information in this family. Or dad, the tyrant, may decide there'll be no religious information in this family. Or there'll be no sexual information in this family. Or whatever. That's a boundary. Then there are boundaries with the family, and this is what is called enmeshment, or confluence, or confusion. That is, here's mom, here's dad. Mom's red, dad's black. Here's one of the kids green, here's another kid orange, here's another kid blue. Do you see how little of their reality there is in that graphic? This is all that there is of mother's individuality, or daddy's individuality, or the youngest kid, or the middle kid, or the oldest kid. The rest of it is called the undifferentiated ego mass. The undifferentiated ego mass. That is, it's all thrown together. It's like a big, Terry Kellogg calls it a great big bowl of porridge in the center of the house. And see, mother comes along one day and she's got rage, but there's nowhere to express it, so she throws it in there. Daddy comes along one day and he has shame, but he's got nobody to talk to because shame is private and you guard it and you never talk about it and you never show anybody, so he throws it in there. Somebody's got fear. The kids are terrified that mom and daddy are going to break up and leave them, so that gets thrown in there. So one day you're coming along for supper and you take yourself a big pot of porridge and you eat that lump of shame. So here you are carrying your father's shame around. Or I've carried my father's disdain of women around. That wasn't mine. I didn't sit there and decide I disdain women. There was a part of me that I've acted that out in the early part of my life. And I've been carrying that. And you see what's important about understanding family systems is getting your own boundaries. See, people in this system don't have any boundaries. Physical abuse can do this, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. If somebody can run up and slap you across the face anytime they feel like it because they are your parent, with the implication that they own you, then your physical boundary, the very boundary that you're in this world with, the philosopher Heidegger says we're in the world by way of a body. I am somebody. That's my grounding. People who've been physically abused often have a sense of unreality. Women who've been sexually abused have a sense of unreality. They just kind of think they're crazy. Nothing seems quite real around them because their bodies have been violated. Bodies have been violated. By the way, 80% of the prostitutes that have been studied have been sexually abused or physically abused. 80% of the drug-addicted girls that we've studied in Los Angeles have had some sexual abuse, mild sexual abuse, or some kind of real violent neglect or emotional abuse. Remember, the setup for addiction is abuse of any kind, abandonment, neglect, and enmeshment. Enmeshment means you're carrying somebody else's feelings, so you don't know what your own feelings are. Remember, we said an addiction, a compulsivity, is a pathological relationship to a mood-altering event, experience, or thing that has life-damaging consequences. Okay? And that an addiction is a way to distract. A workaholic man doesn't feel his feelings because he's so busy mentally working. So he can distract himself from his feelings. I didn't talk about it when I was an intellectual teaching in university. I did that all the time. Be abstract. I did mention that. I could be abstracted. I could be out of my feelings by intellectualizing all the time, by being intellectual and compulsing on intellectuality. Finding new texts and philosophers was a way not to be in my own reality. So families with enmeshed boundaries are setups for addiction, for compulsivity. Remember what I'm saying in this series, that the crisis in the family today is a crisis of compulsivity. That is the disease of our time, the dis-ease of our time. It's the disease of the things we eat and drink, the way we sleep, sex, our entertainment, our work. Those are the things that we're compulsive around because we are set up in these family systems for that kind of compulsivity. And remember the little chart last week of how the first program of the public self and the private self, and how by the time people get to midlife, they're in this act, they're in this performance. They don't even know what their feelings are anymore, their needs are, their wants are. Nothing will do this any worse than physical abuse, by the way, and sexual abuse. So I want to turn to that now. I want to talk about physical abuse first. There is a massive amount of abuse in our society. By the way, tonight I want you to I want to have a question period, so if you have any questions, you might jot them down, and a little bit they'll ask you to move them over and bring them up here. But the idea is that we have long traditions of physical abuse. I talked to you about physical abuse, about Hitler being beaten every day in his family system. And of course the thing is, people will sit out there and say, well, I was beaten and become an abuser. I didn't become a criminal. I didn't become a mass murderer. And frequently the people telling me that just don't even realize what they're saying. When I look at them and I see their dissociations, or I see their lack of feelings, or how much they're in a role or a script, or there's some workaholic with their family over here lonely and abandoned, and they're in denial about that. They've minimized their impact, their addiction on their family, their workaholic addiction on their family, and the kids are all in pain over it and feel abandoned by it, and that daddy will have all kind of ways to deny that and to minimize. See, part of the illness is denial and minimizing. In fact, a lot of victims of physical abuse don't know they were victimized. Don't know they were victimized. I bet that there are a bunch of you in this audience that were physically abused who don't really know you were physically abused. Or you'll say, well, just a couple of times. Just a couple of times they really went crazy and knocked me around. See, that's physical abuse. Or if you saw your sister being slapped to the point where it was clearly out of any need for discipline. And please understand me, I don't personally like corporal punishment. I think on occasion, little Guinevere's out in the street and a car's coming. A pat on the bottom could be an effective intervention. But to take her inside and whack her 10 times has absolutely no evidence whatsoever that that's helpful to her as a person, or that discipline, which means a learning, a teaching. Disciplina in Latin means to teach people something. What does that teach somebody? What it teaches is that when you get the power in the rod, you get to whack somebody too. That's exactly what it teaches. Because then the child is told, I am doing this for your own good. I'm doing this for you. This is an act of love. As I hurt your body, it hurts to be hit. It hurts to be hit. And somehow we are just glossing this over. I wrote up one day on a crisis hotline. You cannot believe the stuff that was coming in. The physical abuse that was coming in on crisis hotline. And if you don't believe me, call somebody down there and just ask them. The kind of abuse, the burning, scratching, slamming heads, crushing heads, kicking, hanging a kid upside down, cattle prods. 10 million people are the victims of their own family's violence a year, and the number is growing. I've got the stats in Harris County, and it was started off like about 71. It was 30 per month, and then 72 it was 60 a month, and 90 a month by 74, 187 a month by 75. The abusing family, Blair and Rita Justice, wrote a book some years ago, but they're top people in the field. And that book still has valuable kind of stuff on abusive families and the kinds of things that happen in abusive families. 1 out of 8 women are beaten by their husbands. You know what the old rule of thumb was? How wide your stick could be that you beat your wife with. That was the rule of thumb. I wrote down this from the Harvard Business Review. This is an article that was written in 1973 by R.J. Light, talking about colonial America. A father had the right not only to kill his child, but to call on colony officers to assist him. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not. I'm not a historian. But this is written for the Harvard Educational Review, November 1973, number 143. That as late as 1892, 200 foundlings and 100 dead infants were found in the streets of New York. that until the late 1890s, in a case of a girl called Mary Ellen, a 9-year-old that they found chained to her bed in a tenement building. You know who found her? The Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. You know why? Because there was no society for the prevention of cruelty to children at that time. See, when we understand that women were not allowed universally to vote until 1929, 8, what was it? I mean, that's awesome in the history of the human species. Then we began to see that this history of the idea of owning children, that you have the possession of your children, you have the right to own your children and to beat your children if necessary. And if you grab somebody, if you see them beating a kid, you're not going to make it. Those courts they'll support right. And I am fighting against that. I am trying to raise consciousness about this kind of issue. Because what we know is, here's a profile of an abuser. He's an isolated person. He or she's an isolated person. And usually if the father is beating the kids, the mother will be collusive in some way. She will not want, she'll be so traumatic, he'll be beating her up too, and she's traumatically bonded to him in some way. Because one of the worst things about physical abuse is that it's addictive. Say that again. One of the worst things about physical abuse is that it's addictive. It's addictive. People get bonded to physical abuse. I worked with a person who had, when she came to me, had married her 5th brutal alcoholic. And her father was a brutal alcoholic. 5 brutal alcoholics. See the addiction to the punishment? There's a bonding to the punishment. And it gets set up in the family system. See, the child gets set up. It's almost like a bottom line tolerance. It's all she's ever seen is men who knock women around. So if 1 out of 8 women are being beaten by their husbands, you see, this is an enormous problem. It's an enormous problem. The profile of physically abusing parent, he was deprived of basic mothering. There's a deep sense of a loss of being cared for. Usually these people demand that the children care for them. Remember I said if these 2 people get married and they're both incomplete, they're both trying to get, then as soon as they get married they realize neither one of them can complete the other one because they're both trying to get. Neither one of them can give. So then they take these kids and say, okay, now you're going to give to us. We're going to get from you. You owe us your life. See, what I'm telling people is, for God's sake, don't have children if you're not prepared for it. I mean, who is prepared for it? 17-year-olds can have kids without any training. You have to do more to be a garbage man than have a kid. It's an incredible problem, folks. It's our greatest natural resource, our children. Your children are not your children. They're life going on. Life goes forward. And it's a tremendous problem. Shame-based, these profile of parents, shame-based, high need for nurturing. They lack empathic ability. Really, they're sociopathic or psychopathic in that sense. They're cut off from their feelings so bad, they have no sense of the pain of the other person. They don't have a good sense of the pain of the other person. Denial of problem, denial that it's a problem in the family, and the collusive one, if it's the mama beating the kids, although it's more men usually than women, if it's the mama beating the kid, then the other parent will be in collusion with it, either passively by not looking at it, or actively by just allowing it to be. Because she doesn't want to get a divorce, or he doesn't want to get a divorce. And who would take care of them? See, that's part of the way that traumatic bonding gets going. When we talk about sexual abuse in a minute, often the child who's being sexually abused, it'll be by the more nurturing parent. So there's a bonding that gets set up after a person's abused. The person may feel guilty, let's say physical abuse. Or in my own personal boundaries, I don't think I'm a physical abuser of any chronic nature, but what I would do is I had such bad boundaries that I would let things go, and then all of a sudden go crazy with my children. You see, I don't have good boundaries. The boundary problems are I didn't know, I would allow them just to run roughshod over me, or if I started screaming and hollering as a daddy, I'd feel so bad that I would let it go and let it go and let it go and let it go and let it go until I just couldn't take it anymore. And so you see the problem of my own fuzzy boundaries. And remember what I said in the second program, the third program? What good families need is disciplinarians. I told you that it was a crisis of discipline, that in dysfunctional families you have discipline, but it's undisciplined disciplinarians. The disciplinarians are undisciplined. So what the kid does is model that parent. Shame-based. Nothing creates shame worse than being slapped across the face, being physically abused. It is the most shaming thing, well, other than sexual abuse. And what happens often is that it's done in public. I saw a woman hit a kid in a shoe store 16 times the other day. Tried to stop her. She got furious at me. I was sitting having a haircut in Florida not long ago, and this girl began to describe how she physically punished her son. The kid had not eaten his lunch that she sent him to school with, and she told how she told him early in the day he was going to get it for that. And he'd come up to her and try to make the beds and make amends, and she said the little booger was just squirming.